Hello students, today we'll see the next lesson, that is the energy flow in an ecosystem. It is the 7th lesson from Science and Technology part 2. Okay, so first of all, tell me whether you know the concept ecosystem. According to me, you have learned in earlier standard. Okay, so ecosystem is a small unit of biosphere. When you have studied the different grades of organization in organism, at that time you have learned that cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Different cell group together to form a tissue. Tissues unite to form organs. Organs unite to form organ systems, and different organ systems present in the body of organism. All these are the lower levels of organization. Later there is a population, because when we say that snake population, frog population, like that, so number of individuals of same species population. Then there is a community, and then there is a ecosystem, and after that there is a biosphere. Okay, so ecosystem, it is made up of the abiotic and biotic factors and their interreactions, we can say. Okay, you know lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Okay, in biosphere you learn lithosphere, that is a soil part of the earth, whereas hydrosphere, that is a water part of the earth, and atmosphere, that is a envelope of gases around the earth. And living forms, living organisms, they are present everywhere, we can say, in soil, in water, in air. And there is an interdependence between these, that is living organisms and the non-living factors. Now what are the living factors of the ecosystem? Living factors of the ecosystems are plants, animals, microorganisms, isn't it? Whereas non-living factors, they are soil, water, air, temperature, sunlight, humidity. So what is mean by living factors? They are also known as biotic factors. And what are the abiotic factors of the ecosystem? Ecosystem abiotic factors, they are soil, water, air, sunlight, etc., etc. And these factors, they are interdependent. How can you explain how they are interdependent? We take the simple example of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process in which green plants synthesize their food material. So at that time, for photosynthesis, they need certain abiotic factors of the environment. For example, with the help of carbon dioxide and water, they are used in photosynthesis as a raw material. Okay, there is a conversion of sunlight, that energy, into chemical energy, that is a glucose or carbohydrate. So there is an interaction takes place between the abiotic factor and biotic factor. Second familiar example, that is of respiration. In the process of respiration, we take atmospheric oxygen, or we inhale atmospheric oxygen. That means we depend on abiotic factors, isn't it? And due to interdependence, there is an interreaction takes place between the abiotic factor and biotic factors of the ecosystem. And because of that reason, the balance of ecosystem, it can be maintained. Okay. Now we'll see what are the different forms, other living forms of the ecosystem. For example, you will learn about the classification of animals or organisms on the basis of mode of nutrition. For example, green plants, they are producers. Why? Because only they can synthesize the food, and all living forms, they depend on green plants for their food. So green plants are the producers. Certain organisms they directly depend on green plants for their food. फॉर एक्झाम्पल हर्बिओर्स, शाकाहारी प्राणी आपण ज्यांना म्हणतो, ते प्रत्यक्ष वनस्पतींना खाऊन जगतात. सो दे आर हर्बिओर्स. कार्निओर्स दे डिपेंड ऑन हर्बिओर्स फॉर देअर फूड. मांसाहारी प्राणी इतर प्राण्यांचं मांस खाऊन स्वतःची उपजीविका करतात. सो दे आर कार्निओर्स. Few organisms they are omnivores. They take the food of plant origin as well as animal origin. You will learn about the saprophytes. They depend on dead and decaying organic material. So in that way you have discussed the classification of organisms on the basis of their mode of nutrition. Now we'll see how energy flow takes place in an ecosystem. So for that, first of all, you have to understand the trophic levels. What is meant by trophic level? Trophic level is nothing but the energy level. Trophic level is nothing but energy level. For example, all green plants, they represent the trophic level of producers or energy level of producer. Then consumers in that herbivores, they represent one trophic level, energy level. Carnivores, they represent one trophic level. Okay, so in that way there are different energy levels. Now see, producers, they contain more amount of energy as they directly utilize the sunlight and they prepare the food. Okay, herbivores, they eat the producers. Okay, so that 100% energy transfer does not take place, and that's was the energy content of the herbivores that is less than, we can say, that of the plants. So can you understand what is meant by trophic level? Trophic level, that is a energy level. Producers, they represent the first trophic level. They are at the bottom of the, we can say, pyramid. Herbivores, they represent the second trophic level. Carnivores, they represent the third trophic level. And these are the topmost consumers, omnivores, they represent their trophic level. So in that way there are different trophic levels of the energy level. Okay. Now tell me, what is the source of energy for these trophic levels, or we can say for ecosystem? Sun is the ultimate source of energy, or it is the energy source for ecosystem. We all are depend on that energy source, right? Producers, they directly trap the solar energy and they synthesize the food material. Correct. Then herbivores, they eat the green plants. Carnivores, they depend on herbivores. So ultimate energy source for ecosystem, that is a sun. Now tell me, in a food chain that is a transfer of energy in the form of food from one trophic level to another trophic level, that is known as a food chain. Yes, what is food chain? Transfer of energy in the form of food. ऊर्जेचं हस्तांतरण अन्नाच्या स्वरूपात एका पोषण पातळीकडून दुसऱ्या पोषण पातळीकडे होते साखळीच्या स्वरूपात, त्याला आम्ही फूड चेन असं म्हणतो. ओके, सो ट्रान्सफर ऑफ एनर्जी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फूड फ्रॉम वन ट्रॉफिक लेवल टू अनदर ट्रॉफिक लेवल, that is known as a food chain. Now see, every organism on earth, it depends on other for food. So it is not always predator. Few organisms depend on it. So sometimes it may be prey. And these prey-predator chains, they are essential to keep the balance of ecosystem. Now what happens at the time of energy transfer? When energy transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level, there is a no 100% transfer of energy takes place. Because at each trophic level, some amount of energy is essential for their metabolic activities. Okay, some amount of energy it is released in the environment in the form of heat energy, and only the remaining part is available for the next trophic level. For example, when the energy transfer from producer to herbivores, at that time the amount of energy which is present in the body of producer, that is not 100% transferred to herbivores, because producers also need energy for their metabolic activities, for their life process. So that energy is utilized by the trophic level. Some amount of energy it is released in the air in the form of heat energy, and only the remaining part is transferred to next trophic level, that is to herbivores. Again, the energy which is present, which is available for the herbivores, it is not 100% transferred to carnivores. Why? Because herbivores also need energy for their metabolic activities. Some amount again it is released into air, and only the few amount of energy, 10 to 20% of energy, it is transferred to next trophic level. In that way, energy content it goes on decreasing. And if you arrange in the form of a graph, we can say, you will observe that the energy pyramid we get. It is in the form of pyramid. The example which is given in the textbook, that is of ecosystem in water. There are two types of ecosystem, terrestrial and aquatic. So this is an example of aquatic. Now phytoplankton, that means plants, producers. Zooplankton, that is a animals. Then there is a next topic level, that is of fishes. Phytoplankton, that means algae, etc. They comes under phytoplankton. Zooplankton, that means the insect larvae, etc. They comes under zooplankton. They are eaten by fishes. And then at the top level there is a human. Now here it is shown. For example, if suppose the phytoplankton is having 10,000 kilocalorie energy, only the 1000 kilocalorie is transferred to zooplankton, and only 100% or 100 kilocalorie is transferred to fishes or the next trophic level, and very less amount of energy is available for the topmost consumer. So what happens if suppose the length of the food chain is larger? I will show you two examples. See, if suppose this is the we can say food chain. These are the producers. Then there is a grasshopper. And then there is a frog. See another food chain. Sorry, we will take algae. Okay. Then insect larvae. Then small fishes. Then large fishes. Then there is a human, for example. Or you take one more trophic level here, that is a snake. Then the first example, how many trophic levels are there? Producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer, we can say. Here, primary consumer, producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer and topmost consumer. So number of trophic levels in the second example, there are more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens if you consider this? The energy available for the topmost consumer, that is more when the length of the food chain is smaller one. Whereas energy transfer for the the topmost consumer, that is less if the length of the chain is more. Because energy transfer does not take place 100%. It goes on decreasing. And if you plot the graph, hence we get the pyramid shape. Okay? So, this is a pyramid of energy. These are the trophic levels. Okay. Now, such type of food chains, many food chains, they are present in the environment or ecosystem, we say. And these food chains, they are connected to each other at different trophic levels. And in that way, a network is formed. That network is known as a food web. That is known as food web. So, what is food web? Different chains, they are connected at different trophic levels, resulting in the formation of network. That network of food chain, that is known as a food web. Is it clear? Okay, now see. Again, ecosystem. Ecosystem is formed by biotic and abiotic factors and their interreactions. They form the ecosystem. What are the different types of ecosystems? There are two types of ecosystems, as aquatic and terrestrial. Okay. What are the biotic components of the ecosystem? Biotic components of the ecosystem are plants, animals and microorganisms. What are the abiotic components of the ecosystem? They are soil, water, air, sunlight, temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure and so on. What is meant by trophic level? Trophic level is nothing but energy level. Okay. There is an interdependence among the biotic and abiotic factors of the ecosystem. Every organism in the ecosystem, it represents a trophic level. All the green plants on the earth, they represent the trophic level of producers. Okay. So in that way, there are energy levels of the trophic levels. What is meant by food chain? Food chain is nothing but transfer of energy in the form of food from one trophic level to another trophic level. That is known as a food chain. What is a food web? Different food chains, they are connected at different trophic levels and they form a network. That is known as a food web. What is the source of energy for ecosystem? The source of energy for ecosystem, that is the sun. Okay. Whether the transfer of energy in food chain, it takes place 100% from one trophic level to another trophic level? No. Only some amount of energy is available for the next trophic level. When the length of the chain, food chain, it is smaller one, the energy available for the topmost consumer, that is more. When the length of the food chain is more, larger one, at that time the energy available for the top level consumer, that is a more. What is energy pyramid? When the transfer of energy, its graph is plotted, we get a pyramid like shape, that is known as a energy pyramid. Now one important thing, when energy transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level, you see, the ultimate source of energy for ecosystem, that is the sun. Now it is said that the flow of energy, it is unidirectional. ऊर्जेचा प्रवाह एकेरी वाहतूक आहे. Okay, the reason is the producers that trap the energy of sun, that is a solar energy. They convert that solar energy into chemical energy. Okay, at every step, at every trophic level, some amount of energy is utilized, few amount of energy is released in ecosystem, environment, and very less amount of energy is transferred to next trophic level. The energy which is released in environment, whether it goes back to sun again? No. Okay, and hence it is said that it is a one-way traffic. The flow of energy is one-way traffic. Okay, have you understand? Now, one important thing I am going to tell you. Draw different food chains in your notebook. Okay, and try to draw the picture of food web. I will see in next period. Okay? So we'll stop here. Thank you.